I heard my exact voice calling from the attic the night I moved into the Whittaker house. A raspy whisper hissed through the stale pine ceiling beams. I froze in the dark hallway, my heart hammering against my ribs. I was completely alone, gripping a box of kitchen knives I had bought on a whim earlier that afternoon. The terrifying sound seemed to come from behind a patch of drywall that did not match the rest of the corridor. It had metal studs where plaster should be. A mix of overwhelming curiosity and something much darker pushed me up the narrow, creaking stairs. The attic space smelled heavily of damp wool, old cigarettes, and rotting wood. I found the hidden panel, swollen with moisture, and pried it open with shaking hands. As I stepped inside, I realized it was a cramped closet, no bigger than a coat rack. Suddenly, the heavy wooden door slammed shut behind me with a loud thud that sounded exactly like a gunshot. I was trapped. The walls in the pitch-black room were lined with dozens of old, dusty portraits. Each picture was from a completely different decade. Some were in black and white, and others were in faded color. But as my eyes adjusted to the darkness, my blood ran absolutely cold. Every single portrait was me. They showed me living lives I had never experienced. In one picture, I was holding a newborn child. In another, I was wearing a diamond wedding ring I never owned. In the center of the room, a massive, cracked mirror reflected my terrified face. But the reflection was smiling back at me with empty, dead eyes while I was practically screaming. Pure panic surged through my veins. I pounded my fists against the heavy door, but the wood seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting beneath my bare hands. Suddenly, a freezing cold hand brushed against my cheek in the dark, and the whisper turned into loud, mocking laughter. The light flickered out completely, revealing a glowing sentence violently carved into the plaster. It read, "You are the one they have been waiting for." I collapsed to the floor in absolute horror. The house had never been empty. It had been holding me, waiting patiently for the day I would finally join the wall of faces, forever trapped in the dark.